and today I have some very exciting product to share with you from the good folks at LifePro. We're going to be talking a little bit about light therapy and a couple of new products that they've launched today. Today is launch day, and there's a little bit of something here for everyone. And depending on what you've been trying to add to your care regime, there's a lot of benefits to light therapy, and we've got a couple of different products. One primarily for use on the face. The other product is primarily for use in different parts of the body. And people are looking at light therapy for a number of different reasons, anything from seasonal disorder to skin conditions, to stress, to increasing circulation. And there's a lot of history and a lot of research to the effects of how we as a body can benefit from exposure to certain lights and light spectrums. So that there's different types of lights. Commonly in the market, you might see red and blue lights. LifePro has launched the first product I'm going to talk a little bit more specifically in is a light therapy mask. Now, this light therapy mask is called the VizaCure. I'm going to show you the box. Okay. Back in the day, I've been playing with light technology for years, and about 10 years ago, I used to distribute a product that looked something like this. It was very large, very cumbersome. I always felt like a goalie playing hockey or something. This thing back in the day set me back about $2,000 US. This is a blue light mask, and blue light is connected with reducing inflammation, bacteria. Think blue, think cooling. So a lot of the acne treatment, or if you have inflammation on your skin surface, very commonly blue light is a recommended spectrum to treat those types of conditions. The VizaCure mask that LifePro has launched offers blue light, amber light, and red light. So the biggest thing that used to bug me back in the day with my old commercial devices is I had to get a red one and a blue one. It wasn't a universal thing. So double the investment, double the time. They've really made this a convenient choice, especially for you guys using it in the comfort of your home. So when you open the box, you'll see you can use this for when you're storing it when it's not in use, which I would recommend doing. And it's not heavy. It's just over a pound in itself. And you'll see it's just like a pair of sunglasses here. Okay. And you simply place it on your face. Okay. I'm going to show you. So that would be the red. And my experience with other light devices, this doesn't cover the eyes. So there's really no exposure to, you could watch television. You could keep working on your computer. It's very light, it's comfortable, it's got some little rubber nose pieces, and there's a button just on the side here, and if I press it again, you're going to see the light. Woo! See, it's just like magic. It's like we're in the movies. Okay, that's your blue light, and if we press that again, you'll see your amber spectrum. Might wear this for Halloween, go out trick-or-treating as a jack-o'-lantern. So I'm going to press and hold to turn this off. So pretty much idiot-proof as far as starting it. It is USB chargeable. So in the box, there's a couple things that come with it. Obviously the mask, and you can see on the underside here, it's just a USB charge. So you can charge it at your desk. You can charge it in your station. It's going to be 30 to 60 minutes use per charge. We recommend 30-minute treatments. If you're dealing with severe conditions, if you're photosensitive, if you tend to have a really detox effect. One of the big things about LED lights is there is a detoxification effect, and I'll get into that in a little more detail when I talk about the belt. But if you do suffer from acne, you have psoriasis, certain things, everybody's going to be a little bit different in their tolerance. If you tend to be very sensitive on the skin on your face, maybe try a 15 to 20-minute treatment before you push to the 30. And I would recommend one treatment a day, depending on you. I wouldn't wear it for an extended period beyond maybe a max hour per day. But the coolest thing I do like about this, as opposed to designs of the past, it's so much less cumbersome. Just clean with a damp cloth. I wouldn't use any harsh chemicals on something like this. And then when you're done, just like your sunglasses, I'm always barking at my kids, put it back in the case, okay? And they've got this really convenient storage unit. like I say, you just put her back in the box and tuck it away until your next use. You may have other folks in the house, so let's talk a bit more about the benefits. Anything from red light's going to be good for things like wrinkles, fine lines. If you've got sunspots, sometimes you don't notice them until you're out there in the summer and you've got all these little spots around the crown or the sides of the head. Red light is also known to boost cellular activation, which is where some of the association with how does it reduce cellulite. Cellular activation is a known benefit of red light. Red light is also good at reducing the visual of scars. If you've got persistent wounds that do not heal, a lot of times in clinics, you'll notice red light is one of the applications for that. Red light also boosts our natural collagen production. Imagine how good that might be for us in the post 40-ish, I'm almost post 50 crowd. But that boosting of collagen is going to help combat the wrinkles, the scars, even contributes to the healing, that connective tissue. And as I said, it boosts cellular activation. So if you're dealing with severe conditions, the face mask doesn't get terribly warm. You will notice, a little bit of a hue of heat, but it's certainly not intense. If you do find that you're sensitive to heat, again, another reason, maybe 15 to 20 minutes as a start, but I don't think with the face mask, you're going to notice as much of a warming effect as you do with the belt where it's directly on your skin. When you're wearing the mask, I forgot to point this out. When you're wearing it, turn it on. It sits probably, I can fit my hand, so it's not actually right upon your face, okay? And you would want to do this ideally, after you've had a good face wash, your face is cleaned, free of your daily makeup and particles or what have you. And as I said, if you are dealing with skin conditions, there's a lot of known benefits outside of the aesthetic effects that you're going to see out of this product. So this is very cool. I was very impressed with how simple this was. There's nothing I love more than a product where I can take it out of the box, charge it up, and use it. I'm not the best at reading manuals. Not everyone is, but I was really pleased to see how self-explanatory that was. And I'm going to set this one aside. The next product I wanted to talk a little bit more about, and then we'll circle back on some of the general benefits between the two, is the light belt. So that was the VizaCure face mask, simply a pair of sunglasses that does more. The next product I want to talk about is the AllevaRed. Okay, so this is a therapy belt. It's a wearable device. I've already got it out of the box here. It is adorned with 105 sparkly, beautiful lights. Now, this is a red light application. Red light is more infamous and more linked to if you've gone to a clinic and you've done some non-invasive lipo treatments. Some call it LED laser LED. There's two very different types of light non-invasive treatments. There are laser. Laser is very different than LED. Is there potential risk? I'll leave that up to the science community to debate. But if you are operating lasers, there's a little bit more licensing, generally much more cost to obtain devices. I've seen laser commercial devices $250,000 to $500,000. So typically you see those types of devices in a commercial setting, but sometimes the marketing gets in the way. So there's a lot of products out there talking about LED laser LED. Well, there is a difference. And LED, in my experience in using both of these products, it covers more surface. You're going to get into using an LED or a light therapy product for much less cost, even in a clinic, to obtain the devices. And they tend to have a longer life. So with this belt, I just want to break down a little bit further. These lights here, I'm going to turn this on. There's a really cool little remote that attaches to a power cord. This one you plug into the wall. So I'm just going to turn this on so you can see the lights of Vegas. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And you can see how beautiful the lights are. Okay. Now, depending on, there's different settings on this one as far as intensity. And this one is recommended, you're treating different body parts. So I just want to give you an example. Maybe I want to treat my waist. So you would take, you can see that this is covered with a plastic covering. If you're worried about cleanliness, or if you have multiple users in the house using this device, you do want this directly on your skin. So if you're dealing with psoriasis, or you tend to have, just flaky skin, or you have multiple users in the house, this isn't something we want you to put in the washing machine. A damp cloth should do 90% of it, but if you want to be extra careful, this is a little hack I figured out years ago. Take some cellophane, wrap it around your waist, your thigh, whatever part of the body you're going to treat, and then place the belt over top of it. You're still going to get the same effect, but you've got a layer between you and the belt where your skin surface isn't actually touching it. I tend to sweat a little bit. This does get a bit warmer. Then if you're sitting there for a half-hour treatment, curled up in your blanket, sitting on the couch, you may sweat a little bit. So if you want to, not get any sweat or dandruff or whatever on your belt, perhaps use my cellophane trick. I think you'll find it's a really easy way to just keep skin surface collection off but it is outside. There's a little bit of fabric sticking out on the outside, but for the most part, where the lights aren't directly touching your skin. There is a plastic covering on this. So this would simply be placed, and it is adjustable. There's an adjustable Velcro closure. You would simply place this directly on the skin. Around your waist is where I'm setting this up. Okay, hands free. I've got my remote control right here. Okay, and you can see right now it's running. Okay, you're not seeing this with your eyes by any means if you've got it up against yourself. And it's recommended if you are treating multiple body areas, to get, the belt gets warm, you want to prolong the life of your investment. I would take at least a 30-minute to a 1-hour break before you treat another area. Many of you are going to want to treat yourself all day long, but keep in mind, with LED, especially on the red side, there is a detoxification effect. And I would recommend, if you're going to start treating yourself with this technology, pick a body part and stick with that body part for the course of the week, instead of switching and doing everywhere at the same time. So for example, I'm going to treat my waist. So I'm going to do, I usually recommend 8 to 10 treatments daily, every other day, depending on what your calendar allows. I wouldn't leave it longer than a day or two in between if you're doing successive treatments. Make sure you're drinking your water, you're getting your rest. And I would also suggest, a lot of the commercial devices that I've worked with in the past do recommend a post-exercise component. So we're stirring things up. What red light technology kind of does on the fat side is it pre-releases, what your body would kind of recruit during exercise. It recruits that, and it releases it into your system. And exercise, even just going for a walk, maybe getting on a treadmill, using your vibration plate post-treatment, is just going to help your body, expedite that detoxification piece. It's going to give you energy when you're sitting under this and it's red and you're lazy. You tend to get a little lethargic. So it's a good way to perk yourself back up and just complement the effects that this is giving to you. If you do deal with poor circulation, neuropathy, sometimes you want to do a little exercise before you do your treatment just to boost circulation. So there's a couple of ways you can use your other devices already, but I would absolutely recommend, if you want to really ramp up the results of this belt, try putting 5-10 minutes of activity after you've done the treatment, just to help accelerate the process and help your body rid toxins that it naturally releases as part of the process. There's going to be questions about, can I overdo this? You can overdo anything. Some of the things, and the reason I recommend sticking to just one body part and building conservatively instead of, treating yourself all day long doing different body parts, is that as there is a detoxification effect, you might notice a little bit of breakouts, some pimples. Just your body's going to get rid of those toxins any way that it can. If you tend to break out when you're sweating or exercising, you may notice those type of things just a little bit sooner. This is going to bring those things to the surface. So if you wanted to do other body parts, how do I do other body parts? So the waist is a very popular area. The thighs are another very popular area, as are the bat wings and the arms. So another way that you can use this belt, okay, is you could wrap it around depending on your size and the area of the body that you're treating. Okay, you've got a pretty good size surface here. I would recommend doing one thigh at a time. So that might be an example of, you're treating two thighs. So it's going to probably be two treatments. If you do one thigh, give your belt a 30-minute to a 1-hour break, then do it again. So how you would do the thighs is just wrap it around. For me, the trouble spot is up here where it wears out those jeans first. I would recommend just folding this back a bit to make it a little smaller if you need, like I've done. And then wrap it around here. There is a little spot here you can tuck the remote. Okay, so you want to make sure that the lights are on the part that you're wanting to treat. Obviously, this is over my pants. Again, you would do this on the skin surface directly. And you can sit on it. If you're on the couch, you can just wrap it. You might find it easier to get into position actually when you're seated. You can do, let me get this undone. If you're really, really petite and maybe you just want to do, like, maybe you've got cellulite on the outer hips and the bottom of the bum, you could also wear it in this fashion and just treat certain areas with it. I'm going to turn the lights back on to give you guys the visual. Okay, so you can see where my treatment area is. Okay, so I would just put my buttocks in there. Oops, this way. Oops, sorry. Okay, so I've got it primarily just, my trouble spots are here and on the thighs. And again, it's okay to sit down on this thing. So you could do it that way. You could wrap each individual leg. The arms might be a little bit trickier depending on the size of your arms. And you might need to actually wrap it around twice, what you'll find with the arms. So I would suggest, I don't know if you can see this on camera. Bring you down a little bit so you can see what I'm doing here. Okay, so wrap. And I also get tendonitis in my elbow, so I tend to wrap not only the arm, I can do this a little better, roll that around, and wrap that around there twice. So I've got my bat wing in there, I've got my elbow in there, and just up to the forearm. Depending on what's comfortable for you. I do it this way so you can see there's a little bit of a bend in there, how I've positioned that, and then I'm just sitting comfortable. Many of you might be doing it for skin tone, but there, arthritis, chronic pain. There's a lot of side benefits you'll notice that, like many technologies, the main draw with some of these LEDs and a lot of the ways that they're marketed is for that, the aesthetics, the skin tone, the supple thighs, no lumps and bumps, but you're going to notice other things. You're going to notice the joint pain starting to minimize, maybe some mental clarity coming to the surface, a boost in energy. There's a lot of benefits associated with red light therapy. Even though we're talking about these maybe as skin tone treatments today, you will start noticing other things. A lot of my clients back in my studio day maybe came initially, people would buy them gift cards for Christmas or special occasions to do their fat treatments, if you will. But they also noticed, the psoriasis was improving. The arthritis was feeling better. The inflammation, the puffy joints weren't what they used to be. So, don't look specifically just at what they've maybe LifePro's put in the manual or in the box. Do your own research. Go onto the internet and look at some of the benefits out there and what some clinics are using them for. Really depending on what you personally are dealing with, I think you'll probably find they're going to address a few different things for you outside of the skin tone and the lumps and the bumps. Often red light, amber, and blue can be used in combination for treating different conditions. I think you're going to find today that the value, I'm going to take this one out. The nice part about this one is now I can just switch and do the other arm. The beauty about the belt is you're going to find it's a little bit more universal. I wouldn't recommend using the belt on your face. If you're looking at face treatments specifically, you got to look at the mask. But the belt's going to be good kind of more as the body, anywhere you can wear it on the neck and the shoulders. Maybe you're not just doing toning. Maybe you've got tension. Maybe you've got degenerative disc or something else going on there. So you could also wrap it up around the shoulders. And you can see the lights going there. Okay. That's another option. Okay, so put your sweater over top of that. You could also perhaps, maybe it's, up here, things sticking out on top of the bra is another really common area. Okay, this one here. All right. and not so tight that you can't breathe, but you could turn around. For me, another big area of common concern is the love handles. So we did the butt. You can put this one down. For the love handles, just right around there, what you're going to find if you're treating the tire area, you're probably also going to notice that it's relieving some backache, fatigue, tension that you might get if you work at an office or you're seated at a desk for long periods. The belt itself actually comes with a USB attachment as well, so you could totally hook it up to your laptop and just use it for pain relief while you're at work. It doesn't even necessarily need to be, you know, all doing an aesthetics treatment on the tire. So that's another way that you can do it on the go. And another thing that I'd recommend for those of you, if you're dealing with lots of veins, varicose veins, spider veins, you know, we know that that a lot of that develops due to a lack of circulation or poor circulation over years. So this is another way you could treat the calves. You know what I mean? Obviously, you'd want to take my pants off, but you could wrap the calves up if you're dealing with neuropathy. You know, maybe you're elderly and you just want to lay on the couch. This is going to give you a very subtle, very mild treatment, especially for those that maybe can't stand for long periods and do traditional things like exercise, if you will. So this is a wellness treatment just as much as it is a fat treatment. Now, on the belt and the mask, if you do happen to own both, you can totally use them both at the same time. So someone asked me, you know, can I use both treatments simultaneously? I'm not going to overdo it. No, absolutely not. This is specifically designed for the face. This is more of an all body. Overdoing it would be more like, you know, you're wrapped up in the belt and the mask and you're doing it for 9 to 10 hours a day. I wouldn't recommend that by any means. I'm going to turn this off so I don't look like I'm glowing too much red. A couple of other things that I just want to point out. So what's in the box with the belt itself? Hang on here. I'm going to detach. So it comes with the belt, of course. It comes with 2 adapters. So this is your power and how you do the controls and set your programs. It connects into a wall adapter, or it connects into a USB adapter, depending on what your power source is. So those come in the box. There is also a user manual that kind of goes through troubleshooting. They're really self-explanatory, so the instruction book isn't 20 pages by any means, but you know, how you get it started, how you connect all of this. If it's not self-explanatory, it does walk you through it in the book. With the mask, it comes with a USB charge that like I say, it is cordless. So this one's got its own battery built within the frame, and you just charge that one up. It's got a 30 to 60 minute battery life. The belt, because there's many more lights, it's a little bit of a different device. It is driven by a power source, so you're either going to plug that into the wall or the laptop. So now the big question is, how much does this cost me? Okay. Just to give you an idea, the device that I sold back in the day, it was paddles. It had 75 lights. If I used all of the paddles, I would charge $150 per treatment. The device itself, wholesale in those days, set me back about $24,000, $23,000. Today, you can get the belt for $20 off, and it retails for $149. So for less than the cost of what I used to charge for one treatment, you can have your own treatment and do it really whenever and wherever you want to. So that's on the AllevaRed on the belt. So $149 on Amazon, direct with Lifepro, wherever you prefer to shop. $20 off today on this special. The mask, $49.99. Like, you can't even compare. And I was livid. This thing cost me a lot of money back in the day. It was absolutely very effective, but it was so encumbersome. It was so inconvenient. To be honest, for all the money spent on it, I didn't use it very often. This one I got 2 days ago, just to get tried out and compare, do my thing to it as I always do with new products from Lifepro. And everybody in the house has already tried it once. So I'm really enjoying how convenient this is. I don't have a short or a very long attention span. So if it takes me more than 2 to 3 minutes to get doing, I tend to lose interest. So I was set up and running within minutes on this after it was charged. In the box comes the mask. Keep it in the box. It's a great way to store it. Keep it clean. Keep it from, you know, your dog bumping it off the bureau. It's got the micro USB charge, and it's got a user manual in with the mask as well. And again, that's $49.99 today. Awesome value. The belt, $149.99, but we're taking $20 off that today through Amazon or through LifePro Direct. Very, very excited about these products. I specialize in a lot of different things, and I love combining things. So, you know, as I mentioned on the belt, you know, the more you can do to ramp up the benefits. If fat loss is your goal, I would absolutely recommend a post-exercise component. If you're an existing LifePro client, get on your vibration machine, get on your treadmill, whatever you have. It's going to ramp up the effects and help with that detoxification and just help complete the process. If you're dealing with pain, fatigue, you might want to do a little session just before you use your belt. But I think you're going to love this product. It's convenient, it's light, and both of them would pack easily for travel situations as a carry-on, depending on what your life looks like. Home or office, there's a couple of really good solutions here. If there's any questions that you may have for me specifically or the awesome folks at LifePro, please post them in the fields. I don't know if anyone else has questions for me today. I have rambled your brains for 28 minutes. I hope you guys have enjoyed the information I shared today. And like I said, I've only been playing with these a couple of days, so I'd love to maybe come back and tell you a little bit more once I've had some experience. And we're getting into that time of year where winter is setting in. So I look forward to keeping my regime going. And I love having tools that make it a lot easier as a girl gets older. Thanks very much, guys. I